When you were looking at that picture, did you see the old lady or the young woman? Okay, I'm gonna show the picture again, but just as a hint, okay, if you saw the old lady's eyes is the young woman's ear. And if you saw the young woman's bracelet is the old lady's mouth, okay? Now let's take a look at it again. Were you able to see it this time? If you were, that's okay. If you weren't, that's okay too. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets Midweek Edition with me, your host, Marcus. On today's episode, we're going to talk about something that's very simple, something I think a lot of us, we think about from time to time, but I really think can help you if we see it from a different light. We're going to talk about perspective, okay? Now, before I get into the topic, this channel is dedicated to people who are self-employed, want to be self-employed, and anyone who's just interested in being successful and really having a happy, fulfilling life, okay? Things that a lot of us want, but few of us get. That's where it gets interesting. Where we go from a lot of us want to few of us get. But on today's episode, we're going to talk about perspective, okay? The way we view things is going to determine how we do things, okay? Remember this, the way we view things determines how we do things, okay? I'm going to show the picture again. Remember, if you saw the old lady's eye is the young woman's ear. And if you saw the young lady's bracelet is the old woman's mouth. Okay, let's show it again. Okay. Were you able to see it this time? This is the power of perspective. It's really awesome to see the old woman and to see the young woman, and it's the same exact thing, okay? For example, you've probably been on a plane before. A perspective shift is the difference between walking on the ground, like where I am, and being in an airplane and seeing the land mass below you. If you can change your perspective, you can go from walking on the ground to being on an airplane when you're really in the same type of environment, okay? Now, if you're self-employed, and what I've learned being self-employed for 4 years now is that the biggest challenge that self-employed people have is getting more clients, okay? You may be thinking to yourself, oh man, I can't get anybody to believe in me. It's because I'm too young, or I'm too inexperienced, or I have too many competitors. Very outward focused. Okay, what I've learned is that when we flip it and say, okay, what's wrong with me? Maybe I'm not good at selling. Maybe I can't get someone's attention. Maybe I'm not recognizing opportunities. Once you do that, it makes it a little bit easier because you put more power in your control. For example, back in 2018, I was working with somebody. I was working with this older lady in Georgia, and she had to pick between this lady she'd been working with before. She was making a lot of mistakes and wasn't doing a good job, and she was looking to change. She was either going with some experienced lady who wasn't very good, or going with the unproven young guy, me, who hasn't done anything. And I remember I ended up losing to the older lady, and one reason why, because I didn't persuade her. I just kept telling her over and over, I can do it. But there was no compelling reason as to why she should give me money. And looking back on it, I'm like, wow, I should have at least tried to do something. I've learned in selling to people, you got to give them value first, like something specific that you can help them with. And then 3 compelling reasons as to why you're better than what, like, for example, like, I can do it faster, I'm younger, whatever the case may be in what you're doing. If you're a graphic designer, if you're a copywriter, anything that you're doing, these things are going to help you, okay? But I was also thinking too, for this particular problem, like selling something, I've learned, okay, let's change our perspective. We're talking about perspective, right? You may be thinking to yourself, oh, how come I can't get sales? You ever thought about thinking about how other people have gotten your money and using what they have done to other people to get money from them? And I'm not advocating tricking them or anything, but I'm just like saying, like, if someone used, I don't know, think about the last thing you bought, right? There's a reason why you bought that thing you want. Remember, most decisions are emotional. You want to feel a certain way, okay? I heard somewhere that said sales is a transfer of emotion, okay? You're just transferring what you feel to somebody else, and hopefully, it's a good feeling. But you ever thought about thinking, okay, this company did this to get me to buy from them. What if you did it to them? What if you used some jingle or some interesting set of words that made you think of them, okay? I saw this commercial, this advertisement for in vitro fertilization, which is on the internet, and it said, from your first consultation, from your first consultation to your first congratulations, will help you get this kid. I know it's a weird thing. I know it's weird, but it's the truth. I saw this yesterday and I was thinking, wow, that's memorable. What if you could do something memorable that makes someone want to buy from you? Like, this is a perspective change. You go from seeing yourself the way you see yourself as just an atomistic unit to seeing how someone trying to sell you something sees you, okay? That's a perspective change. That's going from walking on the ground to being up in the sky on the airplane, okay? How are some other ways you can change your perspective on this Wednesday? You know, we have 2 days in the work week that have gone by. A lot of us see the people we work with, oh, they're a nuisance, they're boring, they compete with me. What if you saw them, instead of someone you compete with, to something somebody you collaborate with, okay? That's a perspective change. Remember, when we change the way we do things, we'll change the way, when we change the way we view things, we'll change the way we do things, okay? That's just something to think about, okay? And also, I know this is a hard time for a lot of people in life right now. We're thinking, oh man, I think that everything in the world is set up for my life to be worse 5 years from now. What if we flip that script and said about, whoa, what if everything in the world set me up to have the best 5 years I ever had in my life, to transform how I do things? Because remember, we change the way we view things, we'll change the way we do things, all right? Now, if you enjoy this video, I would appreciate if you share with your friends and family. But lastly, I just want you to understand that your perspective is a choice, all right? The main point of this video is that your perspective is a choice. If you're looking at that graphic of the woman, it can you can either see life as, it can represent so many things. That life is good or it's bad, or the future is better than the past, whatever the case may be. You decide what you see. Are you gonna see the old woman or the young woman, okay? Successful people are positive. They know that to a large extent, they create the life they want. Life is not imposed on them. They impose their will on life. That's what successful people do, okay? And I've seen it, all right? Now, lastly, as always, unsuccessful people, they make decisions based on their current situations. Oh man, everything looks bad right now. There's no way we can win. That's how an unsuccessful person thinks. But a successful person thinks, you know what? Despite what it looks like, there's a way to win. Other people have done this before, and we're gonna do it again. A winner looks into the future with the eyes of faith, okay? A loser looks into the future with the eyes of fear. Oh man, we can't do it. Can't make it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Like Obama said, yes, you can. Okay, thank you so much. I'm not a fan of Obama, but I do like that phrase. You can do it. Let's win. Enjoy the sunshine and have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.